Hey, beautiful souls, let me take you on a wild ride about the time I visited my mom in Portland after college and found myself in a story I never could have predicted. What started as a simple trip to reconnect turned into a week of shocks, awkward encounters, and one night that flipped my perspective upside down. The cozy glow of her home hid a secret I wasn't ready for. Before I dive in, your support makes sharing these moments possible. If you love unexpected life twists, hit that like button and subscribe. It means the world to me. It had been years since I spent more than a weekend at Mom's place. Walking through her door felt like stepping into a familiar dream, the scent of lavender candles, soft jazz humming from her speakers, and that worn quilt draped over the couch. The warm, lived-in charm of her Portland bungalow wrapped around me like a hug. Mom greeted me with her usual warm embrace, but there was a spark in her eyes I hadn't seen in ages. "There's someone I want you to meet," she said, almost shyly. "Lucas. He's my boyfriend." Her words caught me off guard, but I brushed it off, assuming he was maybe a few years younger than her. The air shifted, charged with something unspoken. It wasn't until dinner that I realized how wrong I was. When Lucas walked in, he didn't just command the room, he transformed it. His dark hair fell in effortless waves, his smile disarming yet sly, and his eyes sharp, playful, deeply aware, locked onto mine with unnerving intensity. He moved with the confidence of someone who knew exactly the effect he had. He couldn't be much older than me, maybe 26 at most. Dinner was a polite dance of conversation. He spoke with ease, making everyone laugh. But I couldn't shake the thought of how Mom ended up with someone like him, or why his gaze lingered on me a little too long. Each glance felt like a spark, unsettling yet magnetic. After a long day of catching up, I decided to shower before bed. Mom mentioned Lucas was staying over, but I didn't think much of it. Grabbing my things, I headed down the hall and opened the bathroom door, expecting it to be empty. Instead, I froze. Lucas was stepping out of the shower time, slowing to a crawl. Water glistened on his skin, tracing the defined lines of his chest and shoulders. His damp hair clung to his forehead, and a towel hung loosely around his waist, revealing the sharp cut of his hips. Steam curled around him, the soft light catching every contour, making him look almost unreal. For a moment I couldn't look away, stunned by his effortless confidence, even in such a vulnerable state. His eyes widened in surprise, a faint flush spreading across his cheeks. "Sorry," he stammered, slamming the door before I could say a word. My face burned as I stumbled back to my room, heart pounding. That image stuck with me, the way the water caught the light, the quiet strength in his stance. It wasn't just his attractiveness, it was how his presence lingered even after he was gone. The memory pulsed like a live wire, keeping sleep at bay. Just as I started drifting off, a soft knock jolted me awake. "Come in," I said, sitting up. Lucas stepped inside, his expression a mix of awkwardness and something harder to read. The dim glow from my bedside lamp cast shadows across his face, sharpening his features. "I wanted to apologize for earlier." He started, his voice low and steady. "It's fine," I said quickly, though my cheeks flushed at the memory. "No, it's not," he insisted, stepping closer. "I don't want things to be weird between us." He hesitated, his eyes locking onto mine. "You've been on my mind since we met," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. "I know it's wrong, but I can't stop thinking about you." The air grew heavy with possibility as he reached out, brushing my fingers. He didn't pull back. Stepping closer, he placed a gentle hand on my arm. "If this is too much, I'll leave," he said softly. Instead of answering, I placed my hand on his chest, feeling the warmth of his skin. His heartbeat thrummed under my palm, steady but quickening. His fingers laced with mine, and for a moment we stood there, the silence saying everything we couldn't. He leaned in slowly, giving me time to stop him. When his lips met mine, they were soft, searching, like testing the waters. The kiss sent a jolt through me, warm and electric. It deepened, a quiet urgency building. His hands moved to my waist, light but deliberate, pulling me closer until no space remained between us. My fingers traced the strong lines of his chest, sliding up to his shoulders as the tension grew. He reached for my shirt, pausing to meet my eyes. I nodded, my heart racing. The soft rustle of fabric filled the quiet room, heightening the intimacy. His touch was careful, reverent, even as he helped me slip out of it. His gaze lingered on my bare skin. "You're beautiful," he whispered, his voice low and sincere. I mirrored him, tugging his shirt over his head, my hands exploring the firm planes of his body, the warmth of his skin under my fingertips. Each touch sparked like a live current, new and thrilling. He lifted me effortlessly, setting me on the bed as if I weighed nothing. The way he looked at me, a mix of tenderness and desire, made my breath catch. The moonlight filtering through the window cast a silver glow over us, amplifying the dreamlike intensity. His movements were deliberate, sure, his lips trailing a path along my collarbone, his warm breath igniting my skin. The weight of his touch was grounding, yet electrifying, each sensation sharper than the last. The quiet rhythm of our breaths wove into the stillness, creating a private world. Our connection wasn't just physical, it was in how he whispered my name, how his eyes softened when they met mine. Every moment was a perfect blend of care and intensity, a rhythm uniquely ours. When we finally stilled, the silence was filled with our steady breaths. He brushed his thumb across my cheek, his expression tender. "You're incredible," he said, his voice warm with awe. The weight of the moment settled over us, soft and profound. The next morning the house was oddly quiet. The scent of fresh coffee drifted from the kitchen, grounding the surreal night. Over coffee, Lucas and I exchanged fleeting glances, heavy with unspoken understanding. As I packed to leave, I reflected on how much had changed in just a few days. The Portland rain pattered softly outside, mirroring the mix of clarity and confusion within me. Sometimes life surprises us in ways we can't predict, pushing us beyond the boundaries we set for ourselves. Have you ever found yourself in a completely unexpected moment? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Until next time, stay open to the unexpected.